That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Tkon talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you. I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be bio-coded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Ah!
Let's talk.
Psycho Gamer Tony coming at you today from the deep dark woods, and we're continuing our Star Trek Resurgence gameplay. And we got a special guest that's going to be in this episode from Next Generation. Kind of excited to see him.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack. Making this so much worse than it already was.
So we're completely defenseless against the Tkon.
It looks that way, yes.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Captain
Let's not mention
Riker?
any of this shield business to Riker just yet.
Sweet.
Put him through.
There he is.
Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good
Nice
advice
correlation
about
there.
a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
It's cool that it's Jonathan
Yes,
Frakes doing the
so
actual voice.
perhaps
I
we
did
should get
confirm
to
that
know.
online.
When you were with them,
He was very happy to do
you
this
encountered
project.
a Tkon entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He could appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Tkon, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Tkon have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Tkon ourselves?
then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research,
16 years, huh?
battle plans for what to do about the Tkon if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical.
Ah, Captain Shelby. She led the board incursion there when Picard was taken captive.
But if you two don't think you're
Yeah, I'm a Trekkie nerd. I know.
because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate.
There are some things you can't be prepared for. And if there are no specific tactical solutions, we'll just have to take our chances. After all, risk is our business.
We try
Yeah.
to mitigate that risk as best we can. But the Starfleet we know today was built on that attitude.
Well said.
There was a special task force that considered the Tkon, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi-Ardu system.
Mm-hmm.
I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you.
Do we really want to go
And
there?
it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route.
Your advice is well taken, Captain Riker. No matter what he throws at us, we'll stand up to this Tkon Guardian.
I'm sure you will. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Tkon stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach.
Mm.
Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious, which is why I'm asking.
There was a lot of data stolen. A lot to sift through.
Yes, we're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
I'd raise that alarm pretty loudly if I were you.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot riding on this. And if it
Oh
comes
boy.
to it, Clayton and I will be ready to personally
Pissed
lend a
off
hand
one
in the
captain
fight.
and made another one
Let's
happy.
hope it doesn't get that far.
Riker out.
Thank you for not getting too specific with Riker about the data breach. Better we handle this ourselves, without all of Starfleet hearing about it.
What I don't understand is why you'd keep it from him. If you're going to tell Ambassador Spock, what's the difference?
This
Yeah.
information will send a shockwave through the entire fleet. I'm sure Spock will agree. It should be compartmentalized on a strictly need-to-know basis. I have more research to do. So do you. I'm sure the ship's computer has Sun Tzu in its library. Dismissed.
Okay. Oh, here we are.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Irmont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Tkon being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team.
Alrighty.
We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy. So be ready for anything.
Not for the timid. Pressing along.
Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
Mm.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me.
Yeah.
I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns
you the scion of the flame?
My name is Zan Utlosa, who was born in the final days of the Age of Makta. And we are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the Bridge of Time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
Okay.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion.
Only then will you understand the might of the Tkon Empire.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on!
Hmm.
This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What did we just do there? Great.
It's coming alive.
He can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Not if they're just going to start it again.
So you believe him?
I'm not sure.
Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you, because I value my own life. When my fellow scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and abundance you. You've all died once. I don't intend to do so again.
Okay.
I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
Hmm.
We hurt him, he'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply.
Yeah.
Take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
I'm not gonna torture them. Not like this. There's gotta be something we can work with here.
Oh boy, puzzle time.
This area here,
Power generation. The warp cores.
it's deserted. Going this fast, it would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. Rupture the hull, end up damaging the Cartabula in the process.
That risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined. However they've supercharged the Zeldi, it still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Tkon have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it. I think I can get us there. But once we're in, do you really think you could cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask. But I'm coming around to it.
You just worry about getting us there. I'll handle the rest.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good.
Yeah.
For the Empire.
So shut up, old man.
For the Empire.
So I know I've been coming at you guys hot and heavy with some Star Trek games, and just wanting to get your feedback and see if you guys are enjoying these or not. I just debuted a side-scroller Star Trek game that I found on Steam, and
Believe me,
it seems pretty cool, but it's a side-scroller nonetheless. I don't know I kind of want to buy it and play it, but we'll see how the audience feels on that video.
I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding.
Oh, so your girlfriend's talking to you, huh?
The Tkon Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery.
You don't know what you're doing. Miranda, we can help you, but you have to fight.
Miranda is a part of us now. She's accepted that.
You're lying.
I have no reason to lie. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars.
Put the close up to her mouth. It's kind of weird.
But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this.
Okay.
Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others too.
No
we
way.
Don't want to have to destroy you.
You think there's some sort of compromise to be had here? After all you've done? The only end of this is when you surrender.
After all we've done? You can't think we'd give up now. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Her comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Oh, oops. Well, they're dead.
Sent to stun. You're not going
Okay.
to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation.
Solve the problem of what to do with him.
Yeah.
Now let's move it.
Meanwhile, on some barren planet, the last Guardian.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Okay. Let's just walk.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Let's go.
Follow me.
Okay. Why is that guy lagging far behind?
Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
Uh-oh,
There
we
was a
stuck.
path there a moment ago.
We trapped.
There must be an explanation.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Tkon technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers. Whoa!
All right.
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature.
Uh-oh.
It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
What is this place?
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Well, he dead.
Devolve to Resolute. Beam Crewman LaRue directly to medical.
He dead.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Commander, I may be able to speed up the process. I can now detect many different wavelengths of radiation simply by looking. The Tkon radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
Thanks, Jordina. Anyways. Gotta figure this puzzle out.
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Tkon Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Aha. There we are.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Commander!
That's all we needed to do.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
Old people wandering around outside? I see where you are.
Good.
What? Wait a minute. I thought... Why did it zap me? I don't get it. Making progress. Where are we going? Oh, what's in here? Aha. Goodies. There we are.
Tetrametric.
Let's shoot.
Better go see what's different.
Oh, shit. Well, we're closed in. That was not there before.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
Took long enough. Jeez. Can we find this pain in the ass already? Where are we going? It's like we're making a big circle. Oh, there we are. Is that Superman's fortress? Just kidding.
Plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
Yes.
No. Not a
No.
match.
Well, that's dumb. Let's see. Oh, they want us to scan.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Blow it up.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Duval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plans.
They're gone. Oh, what did you do? There he is.
Barbarians.
It's him.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tkon Empire. We've come along.
Guardian? I am Guardian of nothing.
Yeah.
The Tkon no longer exist.
Yeah.
I don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'll cut right to it. The Tkon have returned.
Returned? My people have come back? How can that be? I've been alone for so long. If it is true, how did they return?
Tkonian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death.
Yeah.
Call it bioforming. A group of Tkonians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Tkon. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Tkon immortality.
Sounds accurate.
You want me to help you destroy them?
Yeah.
That's why you've come. You want to destroy these Scions.
You don't have to do anything except help us find them. If that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These Scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
Whoa, alright. That was creepy. The hell are we? Cool.
Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them.
What? I'm gonna have to play cat and mouse with you?
Scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydick. Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations.
Yeah.
The Kobliad, the Tkon. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're we're more alike than you might realize, in that we accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Tkon Empire's past.
Really, man? Tired of chasing you around, you bum.
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
It's true, the Kobliad chose not to join the Federation when the offer was made. And I could have chosen to stay on my home planet, waiting for the next shipment of Diridium to arrive, biding my time and fearing for the worst. Instead, I chose to embrace the future, not fear it. Joining Starfleet gave me the opportunity not just to help my own people, but countless more.
Yeah.
You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer.
Say what? The hell's the matter with you?
To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Tkon Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people.
Yeah.
Betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
These aren't the Tkon you knew. They're a facsimile. They're imposters. And they tarnish the Tkon name.
We faced these questions in my time as well. What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Tkon plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Tkonian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Tkon did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these Scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood. I'm curious to see these Scions masquerading as true Tkon. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself.
Okay.
As a guardian of the Tkon. To
Yes, sir.
understand their true intentions. For better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
Okay.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
Cool.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Just my staff.
This is all I need.
Okay.
Away team +1, ready to beam up.
Alrighty, making progress. Overload incident.
4 warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you would know what to do.
All that talk about being soldiers, and look what it comes down to. You need a couple of engineers.
Yes, we do.
Lucky for you, that's our specialty.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Well, let's go. Quite purpley here.
What are we dealing with?
Oh, easy, boy. Shit.
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Hotari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things. Whatever we do, we need to make sure that Tkon can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is, how do we make it happen? The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Okay.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one. We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom... We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do.
Look on the bright side. If it all goes to hell, we won't be around to see the fallout.
That certainly inspires confidence.
That was funny.
It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
There you are.
Time to heat things up.
Oh.
Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Goodbye.
Hey, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
That was quick.
Through the door. We don't have much time.
Hurry up.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Damn, I'm down to one thing left. Man, let me out of here.
Go. Finish.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
Oh boy.
What? No!
Get the warp core done. We're all dead.
God damn. Bullshit. It's impossible. Just constantly getting shot at. Come on, hurry up.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core. Warp drive disengaged.
Finally.
You did it.
You got another way out of here?
I think so.
Tosca, can you climb?
Oh, that doesn't look good.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
Well, there goes your girlfriend.
You want me? I'm right here.
Still a lot of them around. Oh, she's still alive? Really? Wait a minute. Oh.
Not you, too.
Calm yourself, child.
Great.
It will all be better soon.
Shoot it. Or not. Oh boy.
Wake up, Manka Umet. Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
Okay. Well, we gotta move.
Watch this. I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay.
Yeah.
But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
What?
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
We have a mission. We have to stay on track because this is bigger than all of us.
They defile my poor Itasca with every moment they take breath in her body. I will not let that stand.
Whatever. Just let him go by himself. A stranger among us.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
This guy's a real sarcastic jerk. Boy, definitely has some colorful characters on board. Blue and purple
Something
over there.
wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tkon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life.
You don't say.
But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
Oh, you will, buddy. Hang on.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge.
Okay.
Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tkon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
I've learned it's a very prestigious position in Tkon society. Or was, I suppose. Not just anyone is selected for the role.
And fewer still are suited for it.
How impressive. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Yeah.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted.
Yeah.
Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
You'll have to forgive him. I'm sure he meant nothing by it.
I know exactly what he meant. His disrespect speaks for itself.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. And clearly it's with the Tkon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tkon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tkon.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance. Bordering on incompetence.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Yeah.
Commander Ryder, a word.
Oh, brother. I think we gotta put this captain in his place. Enough covering his ass.
To think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Tkon, and he may be loyal to the Tkon, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin,
Yeah.
and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are.
Too bad, buddy.
You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
We'll take every precaution to make sure we get what we need. I'll keep a close eye on him myself.
I appreciate that. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Tkonian technology requires Tkonian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
What are you doing to our ship? You're turning it into crystals.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
Alright.
I found something.
I think we're gonna stop right after this scene here.
What is it?
We're running pretty long on this episode, but then, you know, the story's good and it's heating up, so, you know.
Is using Tkonian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
Palisades
I'll
cluster.
let the captain know. Riding to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
No, I just said that.
Be closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely...
Yeah, you senile old man.
Nice
Move
work.
over so us young folks could take over.
Will do.
Alright, we're going to leave it off here. We'll pick up the action from here in the next episode. Until then, see you later and take care.
I didn't...